Hi, dear cricket fans, friends, and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Your host Ram here, and today it's going to be two matches that I'm going to cover in this particular Cricket Happening show. One is India starting off their campaign with a 16-run win in the first 2020 match between India and West Indies at Port of Spain. But the match was really interesting, as I will talk to you later. And as far as the NPAR Test Series goes, second day's play, Sri Lanka finishing off very strongly with a very strong reply to England's score of 486 all out by actually making 231 for one, of which but first what I'm going to talk to you about is going to be India's victory over West Indies. Well, as you know, India kick-started the campaign today, an inexperienced Indian side, an young Indian side started off the campaign, and they will be absolutely proud on this effort today. India winning this match by 16 runs. So they started off with a win. Suresh Raina started off with a win. And Subramaniam Badrinath today, there were three debutants for India. Subramaniam Badrinath, who actually took the Man of the Match award for playing very well in very tough conditions. Shikhar Dhawan and Parthiv Patel also made their debut in 2020 matches. Well, just looking at the match here, West Indies were the ones who won the toss and invited the Indians to bat, and Indians were in absolute trouble. The conditions were very tough. The conditions were very damp. I would say the pitch was also a bit underprepared because we saw one ball rising at Shikhar Dhawan, and Shikhar Dhawan, what you could do was, well, he had no other, and the ball rose to such a length that it kissed the bat and went into Fletcher's hands behind the wicket, and he was the first wicket to go today, gone for five. So his debut was not good today. After that, Virat Kohli and Parthiv Patel opened up with some strokes, two fours and one six of 20 balls, 26 runs he made, and he was there, but Virat Kohli was okay. Let me not talk into these details here. I'll just tell you what exactly happened. Well, India lost four wickets for 56 runs at one stage in the ninth over, and they were put in trouble because and it was not the spinners actually. Darren Sammy was the one who actually did the damage. First, he had Shikhar Dhawan. Second, it was time for Virat Kohli, who looked good to go, 14 of 12 balls with two fours. He was caught by Hayat getting a leading edge of the bowling of Sammy, and Parthiv Patel was caught by Samuel, so the bowling of Sammy for 26 of 20 balls, two fours and one six. But Sammy was absolutely bowling in good areas, was economical, he was picking up the wickets, and after that, Sammy also picked up the very crucial wicket of the Indian captain Suresh Raina, who was caught by Barnwell for two, and India were in absolute deep trouble there at 56 for four. But after that, Subramaniam Badrinath was in the middle making his debut. Rohit Sharma was there, and both of them actually took the score on to 127 with a very good partnership in which Subramaniam Badrinath was just carrying on from what he has been doing in the Indian Domestic Cricket League, in the IPL. He just Badrinath, I've seen one thing with him. Such an, even though he is 30 years of age, I'm told, but the way he was adjusting himself to the vagaries of the game, like basically the conditions. He's such a batsman who can play both the versions of the game. He can be very sedate and he can also open up. He's a great improviser, and that's what he showed us today. The way he played his strokes today, inside out, he used to hit. And this, as I said, this was a very difficult pitch to bat on. So real credit to both Badrinath and Rohit Sharma, who ground it to such an extent that they really took it very very gradually, and the spinners were also, so since in fact Andrew Russell bowled was very costly today, 2 overs going for 26 runs. Ravi Mompal 4 overs none for 38, but Darren Sammy was the pick, 4 overs no made and 4 for 16. And India in the last 5 overs they picked up 72 runs with Subramaniam Badrinath hitting 43 of 37 balls with 5 fours, becoming a victim of Bishu. Rohit Sharma contributed 26, bowled by Barnwell of 23 balls with 2 sixes. Yusuf Pathan cashed in, not out on 15 of 6 balls with 2 sixes. All the sixes, 1 6 was hit of Barnwell. Ravi Rampal was lofted for sixes by Harbhajan Singh, who crashed him for sixes, not out on 15 of 7 balls with 1 4 1 6. As I said, last 5 overs yielded 72 runs for India, and that's what made the real difference, as India got a score of 159 for 6, and in the end it was a very competitive score. And the bowling, Ravi Rampal none for 38. Darren Sammy, as I said, the pick, 4 overs, 4 for 16. Ashley Nurse bowled today, bowled well, 4 overs, no one, none for 23, because basically when India were 56 for 4, Darren Sammy brought in the spinners, and Indians are good players who spin, but today they couldn't do much because, as I said, there was some turn and bounce available in the pitch, with the spinners really exploited. 4 overs no made and 1 for 31 for Devendra Bishu. Barnwell bowled 2 overs no made and 1 for 24. As far as West Indies were concerned, chasing 143. Well, they lost Lendy Simmons, their opener, in very, very unfortunate circumstances, I would say. He was a victim of a very, very dubious decision as Lendy Simmons got the ball from Ashwin, which actually struck his pads and struck his thigh, and it went and hit Parthiv Patel's helmet, and Virat Kohli held the catch, and the West Indian umpire raised the finger. So Lendy Simmons was gone. The first wicket to go caught Kohli, bowled Ashwin for 9 of 9 balls with 1-4. In fact, Praveen Kumar actually started off operations, and he started off with a maiden over. He was really swinging the ball, and then Andre Fletcher and Darren Bravo at the crease, but Andre Fletcher was cleaned up by Munaf Patel, who actually bowled him a beautiful Yorker ball, and he was castled for 11 of 16 balls with 1-6 that he hit of the bowling of R. Ashwin. After that, it was Darren Bravo and Marlon Samuels who had to do it, and they were doing it beautifully. In fact, Fletcher was gone with a score on 22 for 2 in the 5th over, and Samuels and Bravo were there. But the Indian spinners, as I said, India had Harbhajan Singh and R. Ashwin and Yusuf Pathan too, and all of them bowled very well. They bowled tight lines, did not allow much room for the batsman. In fact, Marlon Samuels in his brief stay was looking very, very good. He started off with a majestic boundary of the bowling of Ashwin, a beautiful straight drive, and he looked beautiful, looked very good. Darren Bravo was very attractive with his score of 41 balls, 5 fours, and they were doing it well. In fact, they're taken the score on to 88 in the 16th over, and that is the time when Harbhajan Singh actually struck with 2 very good dismissals. This was a very crucial dismissals because that was the time that West Indies had to actually, from 88 for 3, they had to reach a score of 159. So they had only hardly 4.3 overs, and 4.3 overs was a stiff task. But with Marlon Samuels and Darren Bravo, it was possible. But Harbhajan Singh actually came in and applied the pressure and picked up both the wickets. Actually picked up Darren Bravo's clean bowl for 41. Marlon Samuels was caught behind by Parthiv Patel of the bowling of Harbhajan Singh for 27 of 29 balls with 3 fours. And then it was Darren Sami, the captain, perished as Kumar, he holed out to Praveen Kumar for a duck, and in the end there was some, even though there were a lot of runs to be got, but Christopher Barnwell really showed what his hitting prowess is today, making 34 of just 16 deliveries, 2 fours and 3 sixes. He crashed Ashwin for 6s, he clattered Munaf Patel for 6s, Ashwin for 2 consecutive 6s, and Christopher Barnwell really showed something, that he had a lot of pluck in him, and he was the one who gave them help. And the last over, 31 runs were required, but that was too much. Danza Hayat also played well, not out on 14 of just 7 deliveries, 7-4, 1-4 and 1-6, and that was it. 143 for 5 was what West Indies finished with. But the match, as I said, got exciting because of Christopher Barnwell coming in and crashing those 6s. But well, they really couldn't go over the finishing line. 143 for 5. West Indies losing this match by 16 runs. Praveen Kumar 4 overs, 1 for 27, 2 for 25 for Harbhajan. Everyone bowled their full quota. 1 for 30 for R. Ashwin, 1 for 35 for Munaf Patel, and Yusuf Pathan blew 4 overs, no maiden, none for 22. S.Badrinath, on his debut match in his 2020, got the Man of the Match award. Well, now that is as far as the first 2020 is gone. Now we will talk about the Sri Lanka-England game. England made 486 all out today in the second day. The feature being Matt Pryor getting to 126 with 19 fours, and Stuart Broad contributing an aggressive 54 of 51 balls with 9 fours, and the tail wagging for them. Tremblett contributing 24, Steve Finn contributing 19. The best bowler, the wickets were shared between Velagadra, 4 for 122, 2 for 64 for Harith, and 3 for 126 for Lakmal. As far as Sri Lanka were concerned, they came up with a very strong reply. At the end of the day, they finished at 231 for 1, thanks to a 207-run opening partnership between Taranga Paranavathana and Tilakatne Dilshan, the captain, who led the way, with Taranga Paranavathana becoming a victim of Finn, as he was caught by straws of Finn of 65 with 10 boundaries. But Tilakatne Dilshan was very aggressive in his knock, and he's there at stumps, not out on 127 with 12 fours and 2 sixes, and Sangakkara was not out on 13 with 1 boundary, 231 for 1, and now only 255 runs separate Sri Lanka from the England score of 486. At least they could have avoided the follow-on now. And the bowling, unfortunately, has not been up to the mark. But let me also tell you, the pitch is really looking good for batting. There's not anything in the pitch there. The fielding was not so good as far as England were concerned. Broad at 17 overs, 2 maidens, none for 55. Tremblett 13 overs, 3 maidens, none for 44. Finn 12 overs, 2 maidens, 148. Swan 18 overs, 3 maidens, none for 50. And Peterson bowled 3 overs for 11 runs. As I said, there's nothing in the pitch here. Pitch was playing easy. Tilakatne Dilshan was looking very aggressive, and it looks like Sri Lanka will definitely challenge the score of 486. But I thought they played well. As I said, the bowling has not been up to the mark today. Chris Temlett, Finn, or Stuart Broad has not bowled so well, and the fielding also, there were some lapses too. Thangabanazon's let off on duck in the slips by Alistair Cook, so the bowling of Stephen Finn. So well, there's a lot of hard work for England to be done on the third day, but I think Sri Lanka have come back really hard in this match. Thanks for watching Cricket Happenings, and thanks for watching my cricket show. This is your host Ram signing off. Thank you.